afternoon. My name is Gillian Small. I'm the University Provost, and I'm delighted to welcome everybody here today. Faculty, staff, administrators, trustees, platform party members, and all of our guests to the convocation of Fairleigh Dickinson University for the 2020 academic year. Before I introduce those members of the platform party who are not active participants in this afternoon's program, I'd like to first introduce our 8th president of Fairleigh Dickinson University, Dr. Christopher Capuano. As I announce our platform party, I kindly ask that the audience please hold your applause until I've introduced everybody. I think I'm starting over. Hanya Ferrara, Senior Vice President for Finance and Chief Operating Officer. Luke Schultheis, Vice President for Enrollment, Planning and Effectiveness. Richard Frick, Vice President for Facilities and Auxiliary Services. Neil Stern, Vice President and Chief Information Officer. Mark Farag, Vice President of the Faculty Senate. Ruben Flores, President of the Professional and Administrative Staff. Elizabeth Joyce, University General Counsel. Anthony Adrignolo, Grand Marshal and Senior University Faculty Member. Of our Board of Trustees, Patrick Zenner, Chair of the FDU Board. Robert Pures, Brenda Blackman, and Donna Markey. Thank you. We can now applaud up. Oh, sorry, Art Supor. Last but by no means least. Thank you. If there are any retired faculty in attendance today, I ask that you please stand so that we may acknowledge you. I would also like to acknowledge in absentia the faculty, staff, and students who are at our international campuses, Vancouver, British Columbia, and Roxton in the UK, and therefore not in attendance today. And now it's my pleasure to present the academic deans who will introduce their new faculty. Faculty should stand when the name is called and remain standing until all names in their respective college or school have been called. I ask you again to hold your applause until all names are read in a particular college or school. So let me start by introducing Geoffrey Weinman, Dean of the Maxwell Becton College of Arts and Sciences, who will introduce the new faculty in his college.
Thank you, Provost Gillian. It's my pleasure to introduce 5 new faculty to Becton College. Elliot Harrington, Clinical Assistant Professor of Counselor Education. Elise Morton, Assistant Professor of Biology. Andrea Patton, Lecturer in College Writing. Denise Tracy, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, and Alwyn Wagoner, Assistant Professor of Counselor Education. Welcome to all of you.
I would now like to welcome Lisa Braverman, Dean of the Anthony J. Petrocelli College of Continuing Studies, who will introduce a new faculty member in her college.
Thank you, Provost Small. I'd like to introduce John Neeser, Director of the International School of Hospitality and Tourism Management and Associate Professor.
Now I'd like to bring up Michael Avaltroni, the Dean of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, who will introduce new faculty in his school.
Good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to welcome 5 new faculty within the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Dr. Grace Earle, Clinical Assistant Professor of Pharmacy Practice. Dr. Kathleen Frey, Assistant Professor of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. Nora Lowy, Director of the Physician Assistant Studies Program and Associate Professor of Physician Assistant Studies. Dr. Michael Rhoda, the Clinical Director of the Physician Assistant Studies Program and Assistant Professor. And Dr. Bojana Berek-Stojcik, Director of the Master of Public Health Program and Associate Professor. Welcome to each of you.
Please welcome Andrew Rosman, Dean of the Silberman College of Business, to introduce new faculty in Silberman College.
Thank you, Provost Small. It's my pleasure to introduce two new faculty in Silberman, Scott Gumpel, Lecturer of Taxation, and Vijay Sampath, Assistant Professor of Accounting.
I'd like to bring up Vicki Cohen, Interim Dean of University College of Arts and Sciences and Professional Studies, who will introduce new faculty in her college.
Thank you, Provost Small, and welcome, everybody. I'd like to introduce 5 new members of University College. Wayun Dai, who I don't know if he's here right now. Jennifer Jones, Lecturer of Mathematics Education. Yokin Liu, Assistant Professor of Cybersecurity and Information Assurance. Georgia Winters, Assistant Professor of Forensic Psychology. And Caitlin Werther, Clinical Instructor of Pediatric Nursing. And I would just like to say that Wayun Dai is an Assistant Professor of Computer Science. So thank you.
I also want to mention that we've also hired 7 new faculty at our Vancouver campus this year. They obviously were not able to be here today, but I will be meeting and acknowledging them when I visit that campus later this month. I'm now delighted to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Aixa Ritz. Aixa is a professor of tourism in FDU's Hospitality Management School. She earned her doctoral degree from Teachers College, Columbia University. Her research interest is in sustainable tourism development in countries of the South. Please welcome Aixa Ritz.
Thank you, Provost Small. You know, these speeches had to be approved by the provost, by Provost Small. I decided to change mine. Okay, just kidding. Okay. So it is difficult for me to speak about sustainability and say all I would like to say in 5 minutes, and that's all I was given. When I ask students in the first day of my sustainability mindset class to write what sustainability means to them, they write about recycling and the environment, confirmation that there will be great class discussions and very rewarding experiences ahead for both the students and me. From a personal perspective, education is at the core of sustainability, and by semester's end, we are all in agreement that education is key. I need to explain that my professional and academic careers have been dedicated to what is perceived as one of the most unsustainable industries in the world, tourism. I also love to travel, do this extensively, and my idea of camping is staying at a Holiday Inn. Yes, at times I did question my commitment to sustainability until I learned that in the times we're living in, it is not possible to accomplish a full sustainable existence unless our present economic system is redesigned to be more equitable. And we educate our students about the need to care for and about others, develop sensitivity for what nature offers them, and know how multinationals create need to consume goods they produce and our students do not need. When I try to find means to illustrate my understanding of sustainability, it occurred to me that the country where I was born and the one where I spent my formative years are 2 great examples of what sustainability is and what it is not. Costa Rica, where I was born, follows great sustainable practices. It is known for great environmental sustainability, but not so much for its social and human rights practices. Education is a priority, and thus it has one of the highest literacy rates in Latin America. Higher education is free for those who exhibit interest and achievement potential. And its public universities have high ranking among universities in Latin America. Costa Rica human capital has great attraction for multinationals who have moved their service sectors to the country. It abolished its armed forces in 1948, and in 2009, its Ministry of Justice became Ministry of Justice and Peace. Funds to maintain an army were redirected to education, health services, and pensions. It scores at the top in Happy Planet Index. There is little I need to say about Venezuela, the country where I spent my formative years. Its present human rights violations are well known and illustrated by massive migration of its citizens. I lost my uncle 1 month short of his 100th birthday to a cold because of non-available simple cold medication. A country so very rich in natural resources its government has misused to enrich those in power and oppress the rest of its population. It scores 29 of 140 in Happy Planet Index. Higher education and we as educators should focus on developing practices that will generate leaders who care for and about others, are concerned about nature, become lifelong learners, and do all this while enjoying comfortable living. It is possible. At FDU, we are off to a good start. Sustainability education has been incorporated to some extent into the curricula of all our colleges, and every undergraduate student completes university course Global Issues, which focuses on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. I am excited to be teaching that course this semester. There is so much more that FDU can do, both within the curriculum and institutionally, to set an example of sustainable practices for our students. I am certain that with the establishment of a sustainability task force and the work they will do, FDU will become known for its leadership in sustainability. As I enter my last phase of life and venture into retirement, I may have to practice camping at Holiday Inns a little more. But I am looking forward to enriching my life in many other ways, such as more sustainable practices, community and volunteer work, and I am hopeful FDU will enrich the lives of its students in the same way. Thank you.
I think and hope that you all know that we do have a sustainability task force, and they are working hard to develop new initiatives as we speak. I'm now pleased to present the recipients of the 2019 Distinguished Faculty Awards, who are being honoured for their outstanding contributions to the university. So first, the recipient of this year's Distinguished Faculty Award for Service is Scott Behson. Scott, would you join me? Scott Behson has epitomized loyalty, dedication, and service leadership since joining the university in 1999, and has consistently given 110% to his students, his peers, and to FDU. As one colleague accurately noted, Dr. Behson is a change agent with great ideas and energy to market them and to make them happen. At the university level, perhaps the highlight of his tremendous service has been his leadership adopting the IDEA as the IDEA as the instrument for students' evaluation and feedback. The initiative began in 2012 with Scott serving as a faculty chair of the task force. This labor of love involved everything from managing the group's work, writing reports, developing resources, including web materials, leading pilot tests, conducting orientations, and guiding implementation. This overwhelming success has allowed FDU to better understand student perceptions of teaching and thus has greatly improved our university. This program alone would warrant commendation, but Scott has done so much more for FDU. On the university level, for example, he is a member of the Athletics Academic Advising Board and the University Review Committee. He also has served in various key roles on the Faculty Senate. Within his college, he is a Silberman Global Faculty Fellow and a member of the Faculty Development Committee, which he previously chaired. For the campus, among many roles, he has served as a member of the Campus Standards Committee, the review body governing cases of student misconduct. His department leadership has been particularly noteworthy, as he has chaired the Department Personnel Review Committee, served as department chair, and provided numerous contributions to course and curriculum development. Of course, Scott, in his own research, has been a dynamic figure, working to promote family-supportive public policy and family leave legislation. His contributions have won him much praise, and we previously honored him with a Distinguished Faculty Award for Research and Scholarship. So today, for all that he has done for his university, we honor him again, this time with the Distinguished Faculty Award for Service.
Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you. Wow, thank you for that amazing introduction. I don't feel worthy. Anyway, thank you for this award, and thank you to all those I've done this service with, especially those who supported my application with letters and going above and beyond and helping me out. A few years ago, I was reading C.S. Lewis's classic Chronicles of Narnia series with my son. While reading my favorite book of the series, The Horse and His Boy, I was struck when I read the following quote: "If you do one good deed, your reward usually is to be set to do another and harder and better one." Naturally, this quote made me think about working at FDU. As those of us in the room who do more than our fair share of service for FDU students, departments, colleges, and the university can attest, it can sometimes be frustrating that instead of recognition, our reward very often is being asked to do more. One more search committee, one more working group, one more student club, one more term in the Senate, and so on. Especially so when some of our peers don't do as much. But this strikes me as the wrong way to think of things. Being given more opportunities to have an impact, more opportunities to do meaningful work, to do another and a harder and a better deed, is an incredible reward in itself. And we only unlock this opportunity when we get involved. So happily, at FDU, there's so much work to be done. And because of this, we can find roles and responsibilities that energize us and can help us make an impact, ultimately benefiting our students. So my advice to the new faculty who are here, go and find something that interests you. Find ways to serve that feeds your motivation, whether it's sustainability, curriculum, athletics, mentoring, career preparation, whatever it is, dive in. I'd also like us to consider another category of service, impact on the greater public. What we do in the classroom has impact. What we do in our scholarship has impact. Our university service has impact. But there are communities outside of academia and outside of FDU who need us. There are a whole lot of people out there feeding the public bad information. We could be the honest brokers of real information. We're professors, after all. Shouldn't we profess what we've learned? Whatever your area of expertise, there's a public out there who needs your contribution, and there's lots of ways to do this. There are professors here who have blogs and podcasts, who write for business and popular press, who've written books for the general public, who speak to reporters and have gone on TV and radio and work with employers and companies and work with government agencies and advocacy groups, all to advance practice and the public good in their area of expertise. I've done a lot of these things myself, and having that sort of impact is very rewarding. Sure, some of these activities fed my ego, and a couple of things in my corporate work got me a little bit of side money. But my main reward for doing service to this greater public, well, it was most often, it was being asked to do more. But that reward, the extra work and the extra chance to have extra impact is well worth it. So I encourage us all in our areas of expertise to think of ways we can have an impact beyond this university. And in conclusion, my faculty colleagues, especially those who, without much recognition, do a whole lot of service at FDU, I just want to say, first off, thank you. And secondly, keep up the important work. And thirdly, please remember the words of C.S. Lewis. The reward for your good deed is usually to be set to do another and a harder and a better one. And if you ask me, that in and of itself is an amazing reward. Thank you.
The recipient of this year's Distinguished Faculty Award for Research and Scholarship is Mihaela Leonida. Day in and day out, Dr. Leonida is most often found conducting research with students in the chemistry laboratory, writes James Doherty, Professor of Chemistry and co-director of FDU's School of Natural Sciences. Her research interests are broad, he added, including nanocomposite materials and their applications, enzymes for biosensors, and medieval art materials. Her work with nanomaterials has garnered attention for its implications in wound healing and skin care innovations. The nanoparticles in chitostatin, a polysaccharide found in the shells of some crustaceans, including shrimp, could prevent infection, stimulate skin cell growth, and may even have anti-aging properties. Really? Okay, amen. She's published dozens of scholarly peer-reviewed articles on a number of her research interests. Her first book examined materials and their resistance to corrosion, while her most recent book covered the materials and techniques used by the medieval artists. She studied how these iconographers made their own materials and how to conserve and preserve their centuries-old works of art. A former colleague cites her extensive knowledge of cutting-edge scientific discoveries as evidence of continued scholarly growth, and praises her for bringing science to the world at large through her research. In 2010, she received a Fulbright Award. Later, she became a Fulbright Specialist in the field of conservation of art objects and monuments, with this distinction running through 2020. Her commitment to mentorship and research has inspired alumni and students alike, impacting the way they manage and cultivate professional relationships and research interests far beyond FDU. For the research she has already conducted and for the discoveries yet to come, today we bestow upon Mihaela Leonida the Distinguished Faculty Award for Research and Scholarship. Want me to hold this one?
No. What if you don't give it back? I'll start with the thank yous, as everybody does. So I would like to thank Harvey Winters, always, Ish Kumar, who nominated me for this award, Jim Dougherty, and all those who along the road made Fairleigh feel like home to me. Every day, thanks go to Jim, Michael, and Maria, my strength support system at home. But this is about science, so I'll move to science. And I liked when Carl Sagan was saying that science is a way of thinking. much more than it is a body of knowledge. I was born behind the Iron Curtain, the daughter of two scientists who didn't allow me to become an actress. Every day of my childhood, my father was saying, pointing a finger upwards, when he would find the mystery novels I would hide everywhere. Science is the only possible adventure of our times. I dedicate this award to their memory with all my gratitude. They taught me many things, but I'll just mention two. They taught me that science cannot be hijacked by dictators and history. And they also taught me that a scientist has to make a mark not just in his or her narrow field, but also in culture. So, thank you.
The recipient of this year's Distinguished Faculty Award for Teaching is Professor Ligia Westrich. Enthusiasm, energy, and expertise. That's what Ligia Westrich brings to her pharmacy students and classes. Michael Avaltroni, Dean of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, writes, "The conceptual connections that Dr. Westrich is able to make between basic scientific concepts and their relevance to the practice of pharmacy are critically important for our students and are often cited by students as the reason why they so thoroughly enjoy her classes. Since arriving at FDU in 2012, she has worked tirelessly on behalf of her students, determined to see them succeed. One student says, Dr. Westrich utilizes a balanced mixture of traditional lecturing and discussion of real-world case scenarios to ensure all students get the best possible understanding of the material. The courses she teaches are highly advanced and certainly difficult, but she is always able to present the material clearly and concisely. She is available to her students beyond the classroom, supporting their efforts and education at every level, finding research positions, conducting workshops, providing professional advice, and acting as a faculty advisor." Another colleague adds, "Dr. Westrich has distinguished herself as a teacher who strives to prepare students to be lifelong learners and independent thinkers." She participates in the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences formal faculty mentoring program, has served on theses committees, and facilitated internship opportunities for her students. She also advocates for the whole of the pharmacy curriculum and program, developing new courses and attending educational seminars to keep abreast of the latest teaching techniques and technologies. For continuing her own education and offering support in every way to her students, today we present Ligia Westrich with a Distinguished Faculty Award for Teaching.
Thank you, Provost Small, for the kind words, and thank you, everyone, for showing up today. I will not be giving advice to any new faculty, but my door is always open, and I certainly appreciate if anybody wants to try to stop by. I feel extremely honored to have been selected for the FDU's Distinguished Faculty Award for Teaching. A warm thank you goes to all the members of the selection committee. I still cannot believe that I have been selected for such a prestigious award. I also want to thank my wonderful colleague, remarkable mentor, and amazing friend, Assistant Dean for Faculty, Dr. Anastasia Rifkin, for nominating me for this award, and even more importantly, for the collaborative effort that goes into teaching our pharmacy students. Dean Michael Avaltroni, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support and encouragement throughout the years. Dean Avaltroni was instrumental in bringing and keeping me at FDU School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Over the years, we have gathered many, many stories. And we often joke that we will be publishing those as fiction because nobody will believe them. So a lot goes into building a pharmacy school. Right, Mike? Now, President Chris Capuano, Dean Jeff Weinman, and of course, late President J. Michael Adams. All deserve our gratitude for laying the foundation of the School of Pharmacy and supporting our efforts all along the way. Without the school, there would be no students and no great professors. Now I need to steal a moment out to from the speakers who are coming up, I'm sorry. But I have to also acknowledge a brilliant colleague who I consider a great mentor, although not officially assigned as a mentor. He dragged many of us to faculty development meetings on Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock for several years. He gave us homework and shared what he knew about pedagogical research. By now, most of you may have guessed that I'm thanking Pete Burkholder. I know he's not here, he's gonna miss this. Through thoughtful readings and intricate discussions, Pete made me and many other colleagues aware of our teaching methods and behaviors that we exhibit in classroom, and of course, how to improve them. So I feel since I started at FDU, I've constantly improved through the efforts of my colleagues and of course my students. There is nothing better than our colleagues, our students, and of course the pedagogical literature to confirm that what we are doing makes sense, that what and how we teach is right. My students, my colleagues, and my family are all an inspiration to me, and my actions are just a reflection of their needs at any given moment. A little bit of learning from them, a little bit of teaching them every day for many years brings us to today. It all adds up to something great. Thank you to all my students and my colleagues at the School of Pharmacy. I know a lot of you are here. Now I want to thank my family, starting with my love, Mark, who helps me decipher difficult concepts in chemistry. And he always points out that interaction with the students is one of the most important part in the process of teaching and learning. He could not be here today because he started a new job yesterday. But my parents are here, Ligia and Michael. Thank you for your unconditional love and support, and of course, for doing homework with the kids, helping me fix things around the house, for cooking many delicious meals while I've been working nonstop. Lastly, I want to thank my beautiful children, Matthew and Melissa, who are also here, who teach me something new every day, and they make me a better teacher. They are always amazed by the fact that I actually have more homework than they do. So we all need to keep doing our homework, and we'll be better teachers. Thank you all for such an honor, and have a wonderful rest of the week.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Nelson. I am the Metropolitan Campus Executive. Just as we have many faculty who have been given years of distinguished service to Fairleigh Dickinson University, likewise, we have many staff members who make outstanding contributions to the success of this university. These pillars of FDU have served the university with commitment and distinction for 10 years or more. They have promoted civility on campus, have shown unusual concern for the welfare of our students, and serve as role models for their colleagues and students. This award is made to no more than 2 people from each campus each year. I am proud to introduce the Metropolitan Campus recipients of the Pillars of the University Award. The first recipient is Coleen Curtis. University Director of Operations for Admissions. Coleen, would you please come up? Coleen Curtis has been an integral member of the FDU community for more than 16 years, serving in admissions roles from counselor to associate director to recruiting director and now operations director. With the utmost kindness, care, and attention to detail, she leads a strong team committed to student success. She thinks nothing of a 12-hour workday and taking work home to ensure that prospective students receive their decisions quickly. That commitment extends to every facet of the student experience, and Coleen works just as hard to support parents and staff, even in the most stressful scenarios. Coleen is well known for her composure in a crisis, like the time a nor'easter hit them during a major event. No matter, she always has a plan B, and the event remains successful. She often volunteers throughout the community, most notably at commencement, tirelessly ensuring that our candidates enjoy a great experience. As her leadership, knowledge, and energy are well known as a member of the Professional Administrative Senate's Executive Council. For her thoroughness and consummate professionalism, we take great pride in recognizing Coleen as an FDU pillar.
Wrote it down so I won't make mistakes. First, I just want to let everyone know that I was surprised and honored to be nominated by a fellow FDU community member, and then also to be actually selected for the Pillar Award. I enjoy my work at FDU. I'm excited to come here every day, almost every day. And I've been very excited and to have been and to continue to be part of the admissions team. It's an extremely exciting and thrilling job to watch a student go from prospective student to finally becoming and realizing their dream of becoming a member of the FDU community, and to also tell the parents it's okay. They're going to be okay. We've got them. You've done your job. You can let them go. And to see the parents walk away saying, I know my student is so excited to be here. This was where they want to be. It's extremely exciting. I'm also thrilled to be part of and see the changes that FDU is going through. I've seen already so much, and I just can't wait to see where we go in the future. So it's just an exciting time to be part of FDU, and I'm so glad that everyone is happy to see me here. That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coleen. The second pillar of FDU recipient from the Metropolitan campus is Martha Young, Assistant to General Counsel. Martha, please come. An alumna who attended FDU's original Rutherford campus under the administration of Peter San Martino, Martha Young knows well the mission, the history, and the tremendous progress and programs that have benefited thousands of our students. After graduation, Martha enjoyed a successful teaching career and raised a family. But when the opportunity to join FDU arose in 2002, she jumped at the chance, and we have been so lucky to have her. In her important role supporting our legal counsel, Martha works with nearly every department, kindly and joyfully guides each individual through every step of the legal process. Further, as primary point person for events and functions involving the Board of Trustees, Martha coordinates a large variety of tasks with utmost skill, warmth, and graciousness. Beyond any part of any job, though, Martha is simply an incredible ambassador for all things FDU and readily steps forward to assist and serve all those to make this university the best place that it can be. For such extraordinary service, we are pleased today to honor Martha as a pillar of FDU.
Thank you, everybody. I am so honored to receive this award and accept it, to join the pillar group of esteemed colleagues. I have been associated really with Fairleigh Dickinson University since its very beginning in 1942, when my mother was then private secretary to Colonel Fairleigh S. Dickinson. Later, I received my degree in elementary education from this institution, and then to complete the circle, which to me it is a circle, 17 years ago I joined the staff and was hired as assistant general to the general counsel, where I continue to serve. One of my fondest accomplishments is working with the members of the Board of Trustees. And I think my association is really a life journey of which I'm very proud. And I look forward with great enthusiasm to a distinguished future about to unfold for Fairleigh Dickinson University. Thank you, one and all.
Good afternoon. I am Brian Mauro, Florham Campus Executive. I am proud to introduce the Florham Campus recipients of the Pillars of the University Award. The first recipient is Pamela Messina, Associate Dean of Students and Case Manager. Pam, please come and join us. For more than a decade, Pam has made a tremendous difference for countless FDU students. In fact, if you walk with Pam through the Student Center, you can instantly see the connections she has forged as students line up to fist bump, smile, and embrace her. A mentor, leader, and nurturing force in their educational journey, Pam is the first to advocate for students always seeing problems through their eyes. She is highly sensitive to our students' needs. For example, she helped establish a food pantry on campus. At the same time, she offers tough love when difficult matters threaten to derail their progress. Even when things don't go their way, students praise Pam for her sensitivity and fairness. Pam contributes numerous efforts to enhance campus and university support systems and programs, and she is active in helping students broaden their horizons, such as the time she helped lead a service trip to Costa Rica, where students renovated a local school. For her outstanding commitment to our students and university, we present Pam with the Pillar Award.
It is an honor to receive this award today, especially as my fellow colleagues are recognizing me for my efforts put forth in working with the students. I especially would like to thank my family for their understanding and support for the many hours I have spent away from family time. My husband, Pete, and my 3 daughters, Lindsay, Amy, and Courtney, all FDU graduates, all with their master's degrees, yay. I could not have achieved what I have today without your support and understanding. I would also like to give a special shout out to my sister Debbie Dobson, many of you that do not know that we're sisters, for the countless phone calls and guidance she has given me along the way. So thank you very much. I appreciate being honored.
The second recipient for the Florham campus is Toni Taccetta, Administrative Assistant, Buildings and Grounds. Toni, please join me at the podium. Stand right there. Okay. Smile at the camera. For more than 2 decades, Toni has been a devoted gatekeeper and indispensable guide in the key department of Buildings and Grounds, always with a positive attitude and generous with courtesy and civility. Toni knows how to get things done and has answered the call time and time again to serve students and keep our university functioning well and looking great. In the peak season, when students fill the dorms, sometimes Toni can field an abundance of calls daily from students with every need imaginable. No matter the problem or concern, she is friendly and welcoming. She attacks each task with a sense of urgency, and she works incredibly hard to make sure a solution is found. Toni has further been active within the campus community and well supports her colleagues and staff members in their everyday pursuits. Her enthusiasm for FDU and its mission is indeed contagious. Instilled with impeccable integrity and exceptionally proficient, Toni is a role model for us all. For her incredible service and dedication, we are proud today to salute her as a pillar of Fairleigh Dickinson University. Toni, if you'd like to say a few words.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. I want to thank you for this Pillar Award. I am so honored and happy to receive it. I always knew I wanted to be a mom. My husband Marty and I have 4 children and 4 granddaughters. I raised my family for over 20 years, and then I had the great opportunity to work at such a beautiful university. I work for my students. I want them to be happy and comfortable in their dorms. I'm lucky to feel like the campus mom. It's nice to know when the students call, they are polite, and they usually end their conversations with, "Have a nice day." We are an awesome department. I work with Mike Ravelli, who's building and grounds manager, and Michael DiArcangelo, the MEP manager, and a great group that makes up the whole facilities department. I want to thank my sister and her husband for being here, and my 2 granddaughters, Marty and Zoe. And Dick Frick, I have to thank you for hiring me 20 years ago. Thank you.
Thank you, Toni.
Perhaps we can give one more round of applause for all of our awards.